My favorite memory of Mr. Pillow, it was my fifth grade year, my first year with him, and it was the last day of school, and he brought his Wii in, his PlayStation in, and we got to play 2K, all in the media center. I'm not the media center, but the computer room. It was fun that day, and also that day he got me out of trouble because I had grabbed the fire hydrant, and then he was like, he yelled my name, and then he just said put that back. He said you get suspended for that, but he kept me out of trouble too. That he interacts with you and that he's really cool, calm, and collect. Like he not gonna get too mad at you. Like he not even gonna get himself angry if you doing too much. He just gonna let you do all that. So yeah, he really laid back and he does. Feel me? Like he got good intentions for you. He might not talk to you much, but he do got good intentions for you.
Awesome.
Well, my favorite memory of Mr. Pillow was when we were in class, and this was in fifth grade, so it was a while ago. He would always like joke around and just make the kids smile and laugh like all the time. And he would be so supportive and helpful when any of the students were struggling. He's supportive, he's kind, he's very strict in like the good way when he helps students. He really wants them to succeed.
His commitment of helping me type, because before it was not it, but now I'm actually a very good typer. Every day in the classroom with him was the best.
So one thing that I will always remember about Mr. Pillow is how he keeps our students humble. Our students love to challenge him, especially when it comes to basketball. And Mr. Pillow never backs down from a challenge, but he also lets students know, I'm not gonna let you win either. And usually, honestly, 10 times out of 10, Mr. Pillow beats them and humbles them down just a little bit. And I will always love and remember that about him because he does it with love. And he also does it in a way that like excites students. And I will always love that and remember that about Mr. Pillow. If there is one thing that I would say thank you for, it would be for advocating for our kids, especially this year in thinking about social studies as a curriculum. He was an advocate saying this is something that needs to be added back into the middle school curriculum, and not only something that needs to be added back, but he took a step further and was like, I can help scope the sequence for social studies for next year as well. And so thank you for being an advocate for our babies. I know you say that like you necessarily don't like teaching, but you are a wonderful teacher and our students learn from you every day.
I remember walking into a community meeting one time, and I wasn't sure really what I was getting into. I went in there because somebody else suggested going, and I saw Mr. Pillow was there. He was facilitating, one of the facilitators, and all of a sudden I was like, okay, this is actually a legit thing. He has this stamp that is just so authoritative, and it's because he comes at everything he does with like a level of wisdom and authenticity that just seeps into everyone in the room. You know when you're in a room with him and he speaks even just a little bit, all of a sudden everyone just feels a little bit more informed and a little bit more aware of where they stand and what they understand about the space. I don't know how he does it, because sometimes it seems like he's just making stuff up, and yet every time he says something, it bears out to be completely true, and he's able to keep all this information in his head all at once. He applies that same wisdom to students. He knows them so well and so deeply, and he hears and listens to everything they say, and it comes back around later. And I think it's a big part of why students trust him so much and value him so much as an educator. And even year after year, like see his presence as something that is like comforting to them in the same way that I found it comforting that he was one of the facilitators of this session, because he just brings that level of knowledge to everything and forms connections based on his own understanding of other people, based on really how he listens. So.
Thank you for committing all of those 10 years to KIPP and making sure that all of the students are successful.
Thank you for bringing me as far as I am now and for being the best teacher that I've known for a very long time.